47 minutes every single day. That is how long the average person spends retyping the same instructions to ChatGPT. You describe what you want. AI responds. You close the tab. Tomorrow morning, you open a new chat and type the same thing again. The conversation is gone. The context is gone. You are starting from zero every single time. 47 minutes a day does not sound like much. Run the math. 47 times 365 is 285 hours. 7 full work weeks a year, spent on a hamster wheel that does not even remember your name. You are not using AI. AI is using your time. A single file type breaks this cycle permanently. It is not an app. It is not a platform. It is not something you need to download or pay for. And I will show you the one sentence you must include in that file. The sentence that separates a useful automation from a $1,200 mistake. In the next 15 minutes, I am going to show you what this file is, why it matters more than any AI skill you have heard of, and how to write your first one tonight in less time than it takes to order dinner. No code, no technical background, just English. So what does this file actually look like? The simplicity might genuinely offend you. Picture your laptop open right now. You navigate to a folder in your project, any folder. You create a new file. You name it newsletter-researcher.md. The .md stands for markdown, which is just a fancy word for plain text with some light formatting. You have probably read 100 of them without knowing it. Inside that file, you write a name and a description. Newsletter researcher. Find trending AI news and summarize it. Then you write 3 steps. Step 1. Search Google News for AI agent trends from the last 24 hours. Step 2. Filter for the 3 most relevant articles. Step 3. Summarize each one into a bulleted list and save it to my research folder. No brackets, no semicolons, no Python, no API keys, no import statements. The whole thing reads like a sticky note you would leave for an intern, and it just sits in your project folder, waiting. When you open Claude Code or any AI agent that supports this format and type /newsletter-researcher, something fundamentally different happens. The agent does not treat it like a conversation. It reads that file as a job description. It breaks down each step into subtasks. It realizes step 1 requires web browsing, so it spawns a separate sub-agent to handle the searching. That sub-agent scans Google News, pulls results, filters by date. The main agent takes those results, applies step 2, ranks them by relevance. Then step 3, it formats the top 3 into a clean summary and drops the file into your research folder. 30 seconds, maybe 45 if the internet is slow. You did not write a single line of code. The agent figured out everything. The web scraping strategy, the filtering logic, the file formatting. From your 3 English sentences. Tomorrow morning, you type the same / command. The agent reads the same file, executes the same steps, delivers fresh results. You did not retype anything. You did not re-explain anything. The file remembered everything for you. And it'll remember it next week, next month, and next year. This is an agent skill. The difference between a skill and a prompt is the difference between hiring someone and having a conversation. Every prompt you type is an interview that goes nowhere. Every skill you write is a hire that shows up for work every single day. Think about what this means if you run a small e-commerce store. You write a skill called competitorpricing.md. 3 steps. Visit 5 competitor websites, pull their entry-level pricing, create a comparison table. You run it Monday morning. Fresh competitive intelligence in 90 seconds. You run it every Monday for the next year. 52 reports, 0 retyping. The skill does not get bored. It does not forget. It does not ask for a raise. Or, you are a freelancer who spends the first hour of every morning scrolling Upwork, Fiverr, and LinkedIn for new gigs. 45 minutes of copying links, comparing budgets, checking if clients look legitimate. You write a single skill, leadfinder.md. 3 steps. Check these 3 job boards, filter for projects in my niche above $200, and summarize the 5 best leads with links and budget details. You run it at 7 a.m. By the time your coffee is ready, your pipeline is full. Every morning, automatically. That 45-minute grind becomes a 3-second command. I put together a free cheat sheet with 50 AI business ideas that actually work, including which ones you can automate with agent skills tonight. The link is in the description. 5 of the biggest companies in tech just agreed on something they almost never agree on. And that agreement changes everything about where this is headed. A markdown file with English instructions. That sounds almost too simple. You might be wondering whether this is a real thing or just one tool's gimmick that'll disappear next quarter. Fair question. The answer is in the numbers. 9,700 developers, founders, and operators are already sharing skills in a single GitHub repository. And the thing that stopped me cold: Anthropic, OpenAI, Microsoft, Cursor, and Windsurf all adopted the same format. These companies agree on almost nothing. They are in a billion-dollar arms race against each other. They agreed on this. The .md skill file is not one company's proprietary trick. It is an open standard. Whatever skill you write tonight works in Claude code. It works in Cursor. It works in GPT's agent framework. You are not learning one company's syntax that will be obsolete by Christmas. You are learning the format the entire industry converged on. The way HTML became the format every browser agreed on in the 90s. Except this happened in months, not years. LinkedIn caught on faster than I expected. Job postings mentioning context engineering, which is the discipline of designing these instruction files for AI agents, jumped 340% in Q1 of 2026. The old job title was prompt engineer. The new one is context engineer. And the core tool of a context engineer? The agent skill. If you can write a clear checklist in English, you already have the foundation for the most in-demand AI job of the next 2 years. I need to tell you about the trap, because this is not all upside. A startup founder I read about deployed an AI agent to monitor his competitors. No stop condition, no cost limit. The agent hit an error, retried, hit it again, retried, in an infinite loop for 6 hours overnight. He woke up to a $1,400 cloud bill for a task that should have cost 2 cents. And he was not alone. $400 million in cloud spending leaked from companies running AI agents without guardrails last year. 400 million. 72% of enterprises that deployed AI agents experienced at least one severity 1 cost incident, meaning the kind of incident that wakes up the CEO. The average runaway agent loop, where the agent keeps trying and failing and retrying in an infinite circle, costs $1,200 before someone notices and kills it. This is the $1,200 mistake I mentioned at the beginning, and it is prevented by one sentence. At the end of every skill you write, you add a stop condition. Something like, if the task is not complete after 3 attempts, save your progress and stop. Or, if API costs exceed $2, halt and report. One line of English, not code, not a configuration file. Just a plain sentence that tells the agent when to quit. That single sentence is the difference between an employee who works for you and a machine that burns your credit card while you sleep. Write it into every skill, no exceptions. People who master skills now are not just early adopters. They are positioning themselves as the highest value operators in any company, any industry for the next decade. And the barrier to entry? You can write your first one in 15 minutes. I am going to walk you through it right now. Building a skill from scratch. And you will see the exact moment when the AI stops being a chatbot and starts being an employee. Open your terminal or your code editor. Create a new file. Name it research.md. At the top, write 2 lines, a name and a description. Competitor research. Find and compare competitor pricing for my industry. Below that, write your steps in plain English. Step 1. Find 5 direct competitors for my business by searching my industry niche. Step 2. Visit each competitor's pricing page. Step 3. Create a comparison table showing their entry-level plan name, price, and key features. Step 4. Save the report to my research folder with today's date in the file name. Step 5. And this is the one that saves you $1,200. If any step fails after 3 attempts, save partial results and stop. 5 steps, all English. The file is maybe 12 lines long. It reads like a memo to a new hire, not a software program. Save it, open Claude Code, type /research, press enter. Watch the terminal. The agent reads your file. It does not ask clarifying questions. It treats those 5 steps as a job description and starts executing. You will see status messages scrolling in the terminal. The agent opens a browser session. It searches for competitors in your space. It navigates to their websites. It finds pricing pages. It reads the plans, pulls the numbers, and formats everything into a clean comparison table. Then it saves that table with today's date into your research folder. About 30 seconds later, it is done. You just watched an AI agent read a plain English file, search the internet, navigate real websites, parse data from multiple sources, and deliver a finished report. You did not write code. You wrote a checklist. That checklist is now your employee. Something shifts the first time you see this happen. You realize the bottleneck was never the AI's capability. It was the delivery mechanism. Prompts are phone calls. They work, but nothing persists. Skills are written instructions that create permanent capability. Every skill you write makes your operation permanently smarter. If this is clicking for you, if you are starting to see how this changes everything, subscribe so I can keep showing you what is next. Because agent skills are just the foundation. One skill is an employee. When your employees start talking to each other, that is when the math gets ridiculous. It is called skills chaining. One skill triggers the next automatically. A research skill finds the data and saves it. A writing skill reads that data and drafts a report. A publishing skill takes the draft, formats it, and schedules it. 3 skills, 1 chain. The entire workflow runs end to end without you touching anything. A freelance content creator named Priya built a 3-skill chain for her newsletter, and it changed how she thinks about her entire business. Skill 1. Newsletter research scans 5 AI news sources every morning. Skill 2. Newsletter draft reads the research and writes an 800-word newsletter edition. Skill 3. Newsletter schedule formats it for her email platform and queues it for 6 a.m. delivery. She set this up on a Sunday afternoon in February. It has been running every weekday morning since. 0 human input after the initial setup. Her subscribers get fresh AI insights before breakfast, and she has not opened the drafting tool once. She told me her open rate actually went up because the AI was more consistent about publishing on time than she ever was. 3 skills, $20 a month in API costs. That is your entire AI workforce. Not a $50,000 hire, not a complicated SaaS platform with a 6-month learning curve. 3 plain English files that talk to each other and produce real, publishable output every single day. A year ago, this kind of automation required a developer, a project manager, and 3 months of build time. Now it requires a Sunday afternoon and a clear idea of what you want done. Tonight, do not overthink this. Open your terminal, create 1 file, research.md. Write 3 instructions and 1 safety sentence. Run it. Watch what happens. That first moment, when the agent reads your English and delivers a finished result, is the moment everything changes. You remember those 47 minutes? Those 7 work weeks on the hamster wheel? You just wrote the exit door. A 12-line file that runs on command, remembers everything and never needs to be re-explained. You are not someone who chats with AI anymore. You are someone who deploys AI. That is the difference between a user and a founder. Everything from this video, the skill templates, the safety sentence format, the chaining examples, is inside our free community 0 to AI Founder. The link is in the description. Join us, post your first skill, and watch what the other members are building. I will see you in there.